What's good? People, listen about that time to randomly relate, reverse rant, no hate. So, look, people, a couple of days ago, Benn finally broke his silence. This has just gotten to the point now where it's just silly. It's just story after story after story that's involving the boxer, but it's just not going anywhere in terms of evidence and proof. So let me just put the nail in the coffin on my end and say this. Okay. Benn is guilty. It's as simple as that. This is not the same situation as someone finding evidence in your home but not on your possession, in your car but not in your possession. Okay, it's in your system. So anybody can say that's not mine if it's in a car, if it's in a home, it's somewhere stored away in a locker somewhere. It's not mine. Right? Anybody can say that. But when it's on you, now you have to explain how it's on you, but you don't know, you didn't realize it was in your pocket. Or you didn't know it was in your car. Okay? Simple. This is something that's in this man's body. You know, Benn did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Exactly. He's going to come on here. He's going to give a bunch of excuses as to why he's not innocent. He's not guilty. He's going to tell you all these explanations about how there's no way possible that he's guilty. He would do something like that. He's going to do all that, but what he's not going to be able to do is give you evidence and proof. Okay, example, him saying things like, I'm the one who wanted the test. Would I be that stupid to ask for the test and then go out and cheat? I mean, I can give you many examples of things what happened where, I had someone hand over their cell phone to me, claiming they had nothing to hide. When I started pulling up text messages and emails, oh, can I have my phone back? Oh, you forgot that you didn't erase those emails and text messages, huh? Yeah, now you remember that you didn't. But all before that, I'm innocent. I didn't do it. I wouldn't do anything like that. So, Benn did the same exact thing. He basically told us he wouldn't do anything like that. He's a clean fighter. Now he's talking like the board is against him. They have it out for him. If this is something that you've been taking all along for different reasons, any test you take, it would have came up. Why did it come up now all of a sudden? And two, how come UCAT couldn't find it, but VADA did? Not once, but twice. Now, Eddie Hearn is making excuses. Connor's making excuses. Nigel's making excuses. Anybody who's really close with them, you expect them to do what they're doing, I guess. And then you have people that's playing neutral. For the people that say he finally admitted that he failed the test, he never denied that he failed the test. Yeah, we know he failed the test. Even Eddie Hearn has said that. We know that he failed the test. Okay, so him admitting that he failed the test wasn't no big deal. Okay, what he's not doing, okay, is explaining to us how it got in his system. Okay, that's the thing he's doing. He's saying that I failed the test, but I didn't put anything in my body. I don't know how it got there. That's what he's doing. He's not admitting to taking something willingly. That's what he's not doing. So basically, even saying that it was contamination, not once but twice. Twice. So you were set up. And why he can't prove it? Well, the people that's accusing him are the ones that set him up. Wait a minute. VADA found something that UCAT didn't. So now the board is after you? Come on. The man relinquishes his license. Eddie Hearn says, well, no, he didn't relinquish it. He did relinquish it. Why? Because even if it expired, like Eddie Hearn said, he still purposely, chose not to renew his license. And then, it's because he felt disrespected. He didn't get a chance to explain himself. What is he explaining? So basically, right? They don't want to hear. They're not trying to buy, I don't know how it got in my system type of situation. So he's just going to relinquish his license. Okay, well, you're not hurting them, you're hurting yourself. Now he can go under another board in Britain and get a license and fight. But they, like Eddie said, they don't want to do that because then it looks like they're trying to avoid something. He can go box anywhere else in the world. But at the same time, who wants to support Conor at this point? Who's really going to believe him at this point? And the fact of the matter is, Conor Benn has not been able to prove anything. Just saying, I don't know how it got in my system. I don't know why it's there. So you have all these people trying to make explanations. Yeah, we know, depending on your muscle mass, how much body fat you have, different drugs, your body reacts to it different. It can hide in certain places, all this type of stuff. So basically, his luck of the draw with UCAD was, when they looked for it, they couldn't find it. But all of a sudden, Bada found it 2 times. Then this guy that he was using, Dr. Usman, suddenly just deletes all his accounts. His website no longer exists. All his social media exists, which is the doctor that he was, like I said, that Conor was using. What did you do that Eddie and Nigel hadn't already done? Which is act as if they don't know how whatever got in your system got in your system. They believe he's a clean fighter. He says he's clean. I believe him. Okay. That's all well and good. But what are you doing to prove it? This is the same exact thing. Let's just be real. That happened when Wilder fought Fury. It's the same exact thing. In terms of, we have proof. We are going to beat him, and after we beat him, we're going to show all this proof and get this dirty motherfucker up out the sport. Remember all of that? And I said, if they had proof, they'd have showed it by now. And Wilder comes with this lame excuse about people saying, why didn't I go to the authorities and this and this and this, when, that's the easy way. When, I could get my hands on him and punish him. No, there's a couple of reasons. One, because you can't beat Fury. He'll knock you out every time y'all fight. Okay? 2, you had no proof. So what you going to go to the authorities with? Well, I believe, what I think, because that's all you've been able to say. Okay, bottom line, you had nothing solid to go on. So all you would have been doing is making accusations. Well, I think he had an egg weight, or I think he didn't have any padding in his gloves. I think Mark Breland poisoned my water. They're doing the same exact thing with, I don't have proof, but I'm going to say something to convince you. So the comment of, I hope that the apologies is as loud as the disrespect is like, what the fuck are you going to bring to our attention later that you can't bring now? So I'm really getting tired of talking about Conor Benn in this whole situation, because like I said, it just becoming a thing where people are just making videos speaking about the same thing over and over. So this is the nail in the coffin for this situation for me. Now, if he find another way to further embarrass himself, like I said, if there's a change, a shift in something, then I may make a video depending. But just to keep talking about this, for all the people that saying that Conor should have just kept silent, you know why they're saying that? Because when he decides to speak, what came out of his mouth didn't help his situation. And this is exactly why. When someone is accused of something, they don't, try to clear it up right away. No. There's something to hide there. And then he will not enroll in the WBC, clean program. He won't do it. Why? What do you have to hide? And then on top of this, he could have did the hair sample. He could have easily done that. And that would determine at least the longevity of like how long something's been in your system. You will know. You could prove your innocence this way, right? He's not trying to do that. He's not trying to clear his name with physical proof, where something can be shown and proven that, no, you know what? It was faulty, it was a mistake, or it couldn't have been because the hair sample shows something different. No, he's trying to prove his innocence by saying, I'm a clean fighter. Why would I do something stupid like that? That's exactly what I thought he was going to do. Just continue to talk and sit there. And the thing with Connor too is this: he's very arrogant. He has a chip on his shoulder, and he's always talking like he's in a bad mood. Like, and people don't like his attitude, his character. Okay, and that alone makes it easy for people to believe that he did do it. He wasn't always arrogant like that, but somewhere there was a change in his attitude and everything. And he's always talking like the world is against him, like everybody's against him, and like he has something to prove, not just in the ring. When you're talking about, you wake up with silk sheets and how you're the first in the gym and the last to leave, and how you dedicated to the sport you are. You don't have to be there. You're not doing anybody a favor. It's a career for you. It's how you feed your family. Okay, and also, it's not like you're the begin all end all of boxing. Like, you not renewing your license is going to hurt, the British Boxing Board. No, you're just one less fighter that they have a license obtained with. That's all. It's not like he can't box anywhere else. But again, you want to clear your name. I'll give you guys a short story, and it's just really simple. There was a guy who used to go to gay bars. It was said that he was in gay bars. He was hanging out with gay people, but he was saying that he was straight. Well, people said I find that hard to believe because it's a whole different lifestyle. It's a whole thing of acceptance, being rejected because people don't want to be around certain individuals. Even like if you're not a drug dealer, do you hang around drug dealers? You understand what I mean? If you're not a cigarette smoker, a weed smoker, an alcoholic, or whatever, drink a lot of alcohol, do you hang around a bunch of people that this is just what they do? You don't have that in common with them. And you'll find that when you don't have things in common with people, they don't want to be around you. Why? Because they kind of feel like you're judging them. And more than likely, when they're speaking about things and indulging into those activities, you're not. So it's not the same feeling for them. So they don't want to be around you. Well, it turns out that this guy was out somewhere with some friends, which was pretty much a distance from where he actually lived. So I guess he felt safe, like nobody that he knows will know about these people. And it turns out that this transgendered person was like, yo, why you ain't been calling me and this and this? You've been avoiding me, blah, blah, blah. We have a one night stand. I thought this was leading to something. And now he's embarrassed. Like, people, who is this? What the fuck? What's going on? And he was basically telling people how, nah, he has a straight friend that's related to gay people. So he goes out with him. And then they just happen to come out. It's like, wait a minute. What do you mean they just happen to come out? You're going to gay bars. You're going to gay clubs. You're hanging out with gay people. So they're doing gay activity. This is just not like you're in the mall somewhere. This is just a place where anybody can know. These are places that's labeled gay this, LGBTQ, or whatever the fuck you call it, or, bi, whatever. So you are indulging. How do you not have an interest? So it's like, in other words, when they're inviting you to these places, all right, man, I'll just go. Can we go somewhere else? No, even in that situation, you're going because you want to be there. So my point is, for him to prove that he's not that way, I mean, it's a different situation, but it's the same in principle in terms of you have done nothing to prove your innocence. His excuses, like I said, for going was, well, it's almost like he's forced to go. He don't want to go to these places, but his friend goes and his family is, no, stop it. So when this thing came out, it's like icing on the cake. No, you had a one night stand with someone of the same sex, but you're acting like you're straight. And what could he do to prove his innocence? Nothing. He's telling people, not in front of the person. Now, I wasn't there, but the people that told me, no, this guy standing up here, he wouldn't deny it in front of this person. He wanted to talk them away from the pack because he didn't want the truth to come out. And after that happened, he stopped showing his face around everybody. Blocked his number and everything. Now, does that sound like a person that's not guilty? So this Usman guy who was associated with Dr. Usman guy that was associated with Conor Benn, who deleted all of his accounts and everything. Why? He didn't want to have to answer certain questions. He didn't want people, flooding his comment sections with things and asking him things that he would have to explain. point is this: if that guy wasn't gay, his reactions would have been different. And like I said, the fact that you are in gay oriented places, you're there for a reason. Let's just be real. But what he couldn't do was be honest and say, nah, hey, look, I'm gay. No, he couldn't do that. He couldn't do that. And especially all the type of stuff that he was saying against homosexual people. It's like, and now you doing all this talk. Oh, so that's why you was doing so much talking, huh? So if a rumor come up, you want us to feel like, nah, hell no, not that guy, right? Okay, well, Conor Benn is saying he's clean, he's clean, he's clean. He's not a dirty fighter. Why would I do that? The board has it out for me. They're against me. Put the picture of Malcolm X up, talking about how the media can twist things and make the innocent look guilty, make the guilty look innocent. All of that has nothing to do with what you did or didn't do. And that's desperation to have to even feel the need to do that. And especially, like I said in that particular quote, like, I've never heard you talk about black this, black awareness. I've never heard you embrace anything about being black at all, for any reason. But now, because people got the target on you, oh, let me post something by Malcolm X, didn't change anything. And then he took it down. So see, all of this talking about being clean, but you refuse to enroll in WBC's clean program. Why? And we don't want to hear nothing about, oh, because I feel disrespected, like these people are cute. Okay, why won't you take the hair sample? Why? You have nothing to hide, right? You want to prove your innocence, right? No, he doesn't want to prove his innocence. He wants to tell you, I have no proof. Just take my word, I'm innocent. The end. And if you don't believe me, fuck you. And everybody's like, no, Connor, fuck you. Because at the end of the day, we don't support cheats. So the analogy I gave, this is my point, because I've known other people to be accused of something homosexual-wise, and they could act to be completely different. They reacted different, and there was no trace of them, indulging in gay activity. It was an accusation because a person was being polite to someone that just happens to be gay. Didn't hang out with them, didn't exchange numbers with them, wasn't friends with them. They just happened to work. And now, when you have people that, you don't have to have a hatred for people because of what they are. But what I'm saying is, you wouldn't indulge in that if that's not in you. Sure, I know plenty of gangbangers and drug dealers. What the fuck do I look like? Sitting up in a fucking crack house watching them fucking cut up 8 balls and everything, but yet I'm not a drug dealer. What the fuck do I look like? Now, in terms of the violent aspect, well, people around you, you can't control where people live, can you? It's just a type of situation where certain people around you, certain situations are around you, they benefit you one way or another at some point. But what you indulge in, that's completely different. I think you guys all get the picture. Conor Benn has no way. Let me say this, okay? Conor Benn has no way of proving his innocence. The reason he cannot, and why he has no way of proving it, and he cannot do this, is because he's guilty. Yes, he admitted to failing 2 drug tests. And the dates, I forgot what the dates were. I think one was July 25th or something like that, and the other was more recent. But however it went, 2 different times they find the same thing in your body. And the only thing that you can say in your defense is, I'm innocent. I'm clean. Excuse me. I don't know how it got there. Oh, I was set up. And didn't I tell you guys, the only way for him to be innocent and that happened is someone had to put something in his drink or his food. And he also said he think one of the gyms that he was training in, someone spiked his water. How you gonna find out who did it? Ask questions? Become Inspector Gadget all of a sudden? Go Gadget brain. Who did it to me? No, brother. You have no way of proving it, and that's exactly everything that I said he was going to do, he did. Because he won't take. So basically, just think about this, y'all. I want y'all to think about this. Someone spitefully want to hurt Connor decides, let me go get my hands on a woman's fertility drug. And then I'm going to put it in his drink because I want to set him up. Not once, but twice. Okay, somebody who wants to help Connor decides, I want to give him a boost to ensure that he beats Chris Eubanks Jr. So I'm going to get my hands on a woman's fertility drug and spike his water. Now, although I'm doing it for his own benefit, I'm not going to let him know that I'm doing it. So think about it. So the easiest, I don't know, I'm in a dark explanation is someone poisoned my water. Someone set me up. I had nothing to do with it. The thing is, how am I going to find who did it? So basically, you just go into different places and just grab whatever someone gives you and you take it. What did they give you? Open water? They just gave you water? I mean, are you going to continue to use these same gyms at any point in the future? Eddie Hearn, he knows. The people in the world that have a thinking process knows Anthony, that Deontay Wilder had no proof of anything about Tyson Fury. And so for him to say everything he said and then for us to predict, no, he has no proof. He will not have any proof. He's going to say a bunch of, I believe this, I believe that, give a sob story as to what happened and how it happened and the effect it had on him. And he know deep down inside all that. Everybody knew that, including Eddie Hearn. So for Eddie Hearn, well, Conor Benn's his guy. He's trying to be supportive of him. He keeps saying that he didn't fail a drug, that he failed, but it was like it was so little of it in his system that didn't make a difference. No, it does make a difference. And like I said, he had a completely different energy with Jarrell Miller. He had a full 100% understanding that Deontay Wilder was making up bullshit, and so was his fanboys. So now when it comes to Conor, somehow, no, Conor's innocent, and you're making all these excuses up. Even to say it's so little of traces found in his body that they didn't even bother. So you're saying that UCAD said, hey, he's dirty, but I'm going to let him fight anyway. You as a promoter don't think, wait a minute, no. We need to know what's in his system and why it was there. And until that happens, this fight shouldn't go on. So again, for him to sit here now all of a sudden trying to play the victim. So, like I said, if UCAD didn't find it, are you saying that UCAD are the ones who have it out for you? Because you didn't renew your license with them, with the British board, boxing board. You didn't renew your license. But VADA found it. So going forward, bottom line, anytime VADA is used for testing, right? What you going to say? They have it out for you too? And they're the ones who found it. Well, if you guys just look at everything and just understand what we have, plain and simple, the man is guilty. So all of this talking about the apologies and the disrespect and all of this, and no, I just see a stubborn guy who got caught. He can't prove his innocence. Him and his dad spoke like they were going to prove their innocence, and I knew from the very start they had nothing. That's why things worked out the way it did. This is no reason to feel sorry for Conor. This is no reason to feel bad for Conor. People are saying he may face a ban. Well, no, that's why he did what he did by not renewing his license, so he wouldn't have to face a ban, so he wouldn't be caught. That's why. And he's hoping that his words alone will keep people on his side. They'll forget about this. This will be water under a bridge. He'll go fight somewhere else. And he's going to continue to speak saying he's clean, he's clean, he's clean. Simple. So I just want to put the nail in the coffin on my end of this whole Conor Benn situation, because unless there's something that comes up that's even worth talking about, there's no need to keep even just saying the same things. And I only did this video because any video prior, he hadn't said anything. I mean, he pretty much said the same thing. So now that he finally broke his silence to speak, he pretty much repeated himself. That's all. And to say for anybody that's against him, fuck you, like I said, no, fuck you, Connor. And that's exactly how people react. When these people are guilty, they get very defensive, and everybody has it out for them. You have a woman's fertility drug that popped up in your system. So for the people that are looking at you saying, yeah, you failed the test, you're guilty, until you're proven innocent. It's not a rumor. You failed it. So again, yes, he admitted he failed the test. But like I said, that's not an issue. Was he going to say, oh no, it's a lie, I didn't fail it? No, he failed the goddamn test. If he didn't fail the fucking test, he'd be suing these people. How you going to cancel the fight and there's nothing in my system? So he failed the test. Again, what he's not doing is admitting that he willingly took a woman's fertility drug. And we know what it's used for a man to take it, right? That's what he's still not doing. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.